They want you to change your name. Archie Leach doesn't cut it. Anything come to mind?
Cary Grant.
Isn't that a beautiful name? Cut! The name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Weekend box office. Cary Grant is a character. I have to be very careful about how he's perceived.
This is the dreamiest guy in the world we're talking about.
You're not going to break my heart, are you?
Probably.
I walked into that one.
Thank you, New York!
I ain't going home tomorrow. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna be a star.
What accent you got, kid?
English.
Okay, thank you. Next.
I spent most of my life wondering who I was supposed to be.
You'll find that we're all saints in this town, my dear, aren't we, Cary?
That was a look at the trailer for the new 4-part series entitled Archie, available to stream through BritBox. The scripted series explores how the British-born actor Archibald Leach became Cary Grant, the biggest movie star in the golden age of Hollywood. The drama is partly based on the memoir of Grant's fourth wife, Diane Cannon, and the couple's daughter, Jennifer Grant, is one of its executive producers. And joining us now is the star of Archie, actor Jason Isaacs. It's good to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Jason.
It's an odd thing to promote a TV show in the middle of such subjects of enormous profundity and weight, but hey, let's give people some distraction.
Yeah, no,
yes,
I do understand that, but we also appreciate just a little joy once, but I totally understand what you're saying. I'm curious, though, I'd be fascinated to know how you prepare as an actor to portray one of the greatest actors of all time.
Well, I didn't. Frankly, when I heard they were doing it, I thought, what kind of moron would take that on? And then I read the scripts, and I realised it's not about Cary Grant. It's about Archie Leach, who really struggled to play Cary Grant himself. So there was a character he created outside his doors, but once he got off set, shut his front door. This is a show about who he became when he dropped the mask. And that is a very complicated, very troubled, very scarred man, whose childhood was so full of abuse and abandonment, and who felt so unlovable that he had to create this avatar to make the world love him. And when he succeeded, and the whole world loved him for 30 years, he felt even emptier, and that played out in a very troubling life.
So certainly this is something that a lot of people don't know about someone who is so famous. But as you did dive into the role, in which we just noted, like, families involved in the production, what was that like? Were you getting notes, feedback?
They contributed, but it's Jeff Pope, the wonderful writer, Oscar-nominated screenwriter, who wrote it, and he got permission from both of them. He said, look, it's going to be my story. I'll listen to you, but if you give me permission, it has to be my way, because otherwise, who knows what it could have turned out. This is warts and all.
So I had no idea until researching this a little bit. Cary Grant had 5 wives. That's quite a lot.
Oh, he had a lot of relationships.
Yeah,
they're just the ones that he married.
that? Yes.
Look, he was a guy. I know that those people who admire his work on screen, like me, think of him as this unflappable ladies' man for whom nothing bothered him. He was extremely flappable. That's not a word, is it? Flappable. But anyway, he was very fragile, and instead of women pursuing him, he pursued the people he had relationships with, and they broke his heart, and he became obsessive about them. Today we'd label him with a lot of acronyms. He'd be OCD, ADHD, probably AA, PTSD for sure. Then he was just very troubled. He took LSD, for instance, hundreds of times with a doctor. Didn't believe in the hippie stuff. He was born in 1904, but he took it to try and rid himself of this torment. And what he said, he was a very private man who didn't give a lot away about these, the undercurrents of his life, but even he said, I drove all of my wives away. I turned them into my mother. I made them reject me before they could abandon me. So that's what you'll see when you watch the show. Those people go, a couple of people online go, well, it's not like watching Cary Grant in the movies. That's right. That's the point of the show.
Yeah. And did it surprise you? I mean, were you a Cary Grant fan? Did it surprise you what you found out about his personal life, or everything was?
Everything was a shock to me. And
also,
really?
Even as an actor, because as an actor, you know, actors are not what they portray themselves to be.
No, I'm an evil
publicly.
wizard. No. Yes, it shocked me, but you're right. I know that none of my friends who are the tough guys on screen would, they cower behind their children in the event of an incident. So, yeah, I knew he'd be different because no one could be that thing. I didn't realise how different. And one of the hard things, you asked how I prepared, was doing any research, because he didn't give any interviews. There's no recorded interviews. He didn't sit down and do this stuff because he didn't want anyone to see who he was, how sensitive, how damaged, and how troubled he was.
That's actually what I was about to ask you. Are there people beyond, you said the family who's at some distance, but are there friends or contemporaries or peers or people, are there anyone out there you could speak to who would give you a sort of glimmer as to who he was like off camera?
Well, first of all, Diane was incredibly candid with me. She married him. She was this young beautiful 26-year-old girl, I think, when she met him. She was 28 when she married this man in his 60s. And she was madly wide-eyed in love with him after he'd wooed her for a year. And then once they got married, things turned extremely toxic and unpleasant. And she was so unguarded. I asked her some extremely personal questions, basically the most personal things you could ever imagine. And she was very candid, and it was horrifying. I kept apologizing to her for something that happened to her 50 years ago, because no young girl should be put through that. Sure. Jennifer was also, by the way, his daughter. She saw a very different man. She saw a doting, loving father, and it's difficult to reconcile these two accounts. But of course, my kids don't know who I am when they're not around either.
Fascinating. You can watch the first 2 episodes of Archie through BritBox, which is available on major streaming platforms. Jason Isaacs, thank you very much for coming on the show. We do appreciate it.
Next time I'm going to come back and tell you who you should elect and why, but it might not be that welcome.
That's a tease.
I would look forward to that. All right, that does it for us this morning.